Hey there, fellow deck forgers. Welcome back to the Deck Forge, where we craft powerful decks and strategies for Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we are starting with our very first deck, a beginner-friendly, easy-to-pilot Mono-Red Aggro deck. Our Mono-Red Aggro deck is designed to be both fast and synergistic. It features cheap creatures that get stronger when you cast non-creature spells, along with instants and sorcery spells that buff our creatures and help us draw more cards. This deck is perfect for beginners looking to apply pressure and deal damage quickly. So in this column here we can see our creatures. They are 1 and 2 casting costs. Really cheap. Anything that we have in our deck is under 2 or under for the casting costs. Then over here, these are our buff spells. So we have ways to buff up our creatures. Then in this column, we have ways that we can deal damage to clear our path or draw cards. So they kind of are both like ways to get cards and either buff up our creatures or kind of clear the path for our creatures. Then a way to just draw cards and then a whole bunch of mana. From here, we're going to go through the deck building process, and then we're going to do a few rounds of the deck to show you how to pilot it and any kind of things that might come up while you're playing with this deck. I'm excited to share this deck building experience with you, and I'm confident that it will be a fantastic starting point for all new Magic the Gathering Arena players. So, let's jump into the deck building process and forge our very first powerful deck together. Okay, so let's go here to decks and start our first deck. We're going to make it mono red. We could potentially get some colorless. And we're going to do a standard deck to start off with. And let's call this just Red Aggro for right now, and we can change that later, but I wanted to start off with that. Do I have any fun red stuff? Let's make little dragon. There we go. Okay, so we want spells that are going to be cheap, and it's going to start off mostly with creatures. So let's take a look at what we can do here. So we want our creatures to grow big, and we want them to be cheap. So everything's going to be 0, 1, or 2 casting costs. Mono red, we're focusing on creatures. And we can look at not collected, see if there's anything cool that I don't have right now. Let's see. So prowess, haste. This is perfect for our mono red aggro deck. Let's see, what else do we have here? Goblin Runner, +2, has menace as long as you sacrifice. Nah, we're going to keep things easy. So with the prowess, it's nice because every time you cast a non-creature spell, you get +1/+1 for the until the end of the turn. So whenever you cast a put an oil counter, remove an oil counter, deals 1 damage. Again, it's a little bit complex. We would just want to have things that are easy, that we do not have to really think about when we are what we'll be doing. Blood tokens let you draw a card, which is kind of nice because it will give you more cards, and with the deck this fast we're going to need more cards, but Yep, I like this guy. Every time you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get +1/+1, so that lets him get big pretty fast. Get all 4 of those. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Festival Crasher gets +2/+0. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with those, and then let's look at some instant spells. And we want things that give us a bonus to attack, so I'm just going to search for a plus, and we can see cheap spells that will give us plus to our character. So having first strike is kind of nice. So first strike will allow us to deal damage to our enemy, but not have too much damage towards us. I'm going to also give this, because this is 2 casting cost, and it is pretty powerful. It gives us +4/+3. You can't go wrong with that. We're just trying to get as strong as possible. This is actually kind of cool, and it's cheap. So it gets +3/+1, and until end of turn, we can exile the top card, so it basically removes it from the game, but we can play that card until the end of your next turn, which could be powerful. So I am going to craft those 2, most likely. Then there is a sorcery that I really like. Let's go here, and I think it's only 1 casting cost. There we go. Ancestral Anger. It gives us +X/+0, where X is the number of this card in your graveyard, +1. And then you also get to draw a card, which is really awesome in this deck, because we need ways to get more cards in our hand, because we will run out of cards fast. Now let's take a look at setting up a... I'm going to limit the type to be any kind, and I want to see anything that lets us draw. Okay, so we get to draw with that. We already have that. There is an artifact that put to a draw card. So this allows us to actually... No, we have to sacrifice it, which is okay, but it ends up kind of costing 3 for a turn. It would be nice if it's a creature, or a instant, or artifact. Or not artifact, but sorcery. Those would be best. Let's filter that by that. Let's do instants and sorcery. And as an additional cost to cast a spell, draw 2 cards. That's perfect. I have different art styles for this. I'll keep this one. Okay, we need 4 more cards. Target player may discard up to X cards. Then they draw a card for each card discarded. This could be good. It's gold. I don't want to... or rare. I don't want to buy extras. And I have 4. I want to keep it simple where I have like 4 of each card. So, let's see. Deal 3 damage. Oh, this is nice. It'll allow us to deal damage to planeswalker or creature, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. That's all pretty awesome. I have plenty of uncommons, so I will keep that. And then let's say craft all. Uh-oh, not enough. What am I missing? That's a common. Oh, I only have 1 common, so let's do that, and let's add this for now. Ideally, I'd just do this to keep it simple, but this is what I'm going to do. Let's craft all. And actually, you know what? I'm going to... Oops, not that. I want to add 1 more of these. I'm going to remove this one, even though it's really cool. I am going to say done for right now. I'm going to save, and I'm going to go to packs and buy some packs because I have the gold, and that should get me to the point where I have a wild card. So let's buy 3 of them at a time, because clean price, and clean price. And then we can go to packs, and I'm going to just open them all. That gives us a whole bunch of stuff, and hopefully we have some more commons, which we do. Let's go back to deck. We have this 1 deck. Let's go here, and now we should have enough to craft everything. Finish deck. Woohoo! And we got some new cards, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So this is the deck right now. Let's switch it over to the other view. There we go. And I'm going to expand this so that you can see the deck list that we built. Super simple. Let's see, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lands. So 9 different cards, lands, and we have 4 of each. Just keeping everything super simple for our first deck. It's Mono-Red Aggro, and basically to pilot this, we get our characters out there and we just start attacking as fast as possible and keep on going. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is finish this, and let's go out and start trying this game, or this deck. Okay, so let's play this deck. And I'm going to play in standard, best of 1. Okay, so our strategy is going to be to play as hard and as fast as we can. So we got this guy here. This is good. That can give us turn 1 hits. This puffs them up quite a bit, and we have a couple other creatures. Sometimes what you'll see is with this deck that you run out of creatures, but having this many is pretty awesome. So I'm going to throw him out, and he's all tapped out, so I'm going to attack because my guy's more powerful. Okay. What does this do? +1 when it's equipped, okay. So throw out that, and then I can buff him really quick. I think that's going to be the right move this time. Oh yeah. So that's the power of being able to draw with all these cards. So he doesn't have enough strength to stop him. He's probably going to let him through. Yep, he did. His demise. Okay, so I have 3 creatures down here. I'm probably... Let's see what I draw if I got a 1 casting cost. No, I had land. Let's attack first. And if he blocks, that gives us a chance to kill somebody. Let's do 2 blockers. And because this is an instant, we can use it right away. And it's going to give us enough strength. Oh, he's going to die. That's okay, but I want to kill him. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have enough of a wall that I can't get through. Oh, now there's 2 of them. This coming turn I can cast 2 of these guys. Ooh, and then next turn I can kill one of his guys, which lets my guys go through if he doesn't get another blocker. Let's see what he does. Cool. So 5, so I can play out my hand now, which is good and bad. I can draw more cards if I wanted to, but I think I am just going, let's kill this guy. Which pumps everybody up, and then I have 1 more mana here. Okay. Attack, and then whichever one he lets through, I'll pump them up. There we go. And hopefully if I draw some sort of instant card that buffs up my creatures, next turn we win, because I don't think he'll be able to put out enough blockers. Uh-oh, he wiped me. Now this is going to be rough because I am not able to play anything out. He has a creature. I have plenty of life, so I'm just gonna keep my hand right now to give me options. Don't be afraid to lose some life because your life is a resource. And if I can hold this a couple more turns, does he do? Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna keep that because worst case, next turn I can discard 2 cards and then draw 2 more cards to make sure that I have something out here that I can use. Oops, that's dangerous. Let's resolve everything. So the Planeswalker, draw a card, lose 1 life, proliferate. It's gonna give me poison counters and make them stronger. Hopefully I get haste. That would be awesome right now if we can get that haste guy. My turn. Not a creature. So I'm going to... Ooh, I can kill the Planeswalker. No, I can't. Okay. So I'm going to discard up to 2 cards. There we go. And draw 2 more. Let's see if we get a creature. No, but that was good because that lets us be able to not have drawn those 2 lands because that was pretty slow. I'm at 12. I pump them up again, which is pretty nice. I just need a haste guy. I need my haste guy. I need my haste guy. And I wish I had something to pump them up right now. He realizes that he needs the blocker. And it looks like we are not going to win this one because he wiped us out. So I can put this out. And the problem is that it's a little bit too much too late, so... I mean, I can't even survive this next turn. So it's a good game, good game. It was so close. Oh, thought so. Alright. That was the first one. It turned out pretty good. Like I said, we were short 1 turn. The deck did work a little bit slower because he had some fast blockers right at the beginning. But let's try game 2. I usually try to play the game 3 times to see kind of how a deck is doing and make any changes after that. So I just want to see kind of how the deck is playing right now, what it looks like when it's out on the field to make sure that everything is working the way I expected when we build it, and if there's any weaknesses we try to fix that up. And really kind of the weakness of this deck right now is how few creatures it has, but it's also kind of its strength. So, but if we can get creatures out fast, we can do some serious damage quickly. Okay, so I have quite a bit of options to draw. I think I don't want to use this one because it will cause me to not have trample, and I want to be able to have trample. So what I'm going to do is get rid of a land because I can play a lot. Oh, and I draw 2 more lands, so that was good. I can still play these. So this can either let me get more cards or clear my path, which is what I think I'm going to do now. So I'm going to clear the path for my attacking gun, and then I'm going to draw a card and give myself trample. Boom! He knew what was coming because my deck was too fast. Our deck is victorious. So that's kind of what you can expect. A lot of times if they see that you're very aggressive, they're gonna just concede right away. So let's try it the 3rd time. And sometimes just attacking really fast like that, and even if you have a bad hand, will give you an advantage because they'll think that you have a good hand with the way you're attacking. Okay, yep, haste. Ooh, cool. A few creatures, that's good, and some ways to draw, that is good. This one is kind of semi like drawing. So let's go out and attack. I say semi like attack drawing because it exiles a card and we have to play it right away. Let's get this guy out there because he has trample also. And I will attack. See if I can clear it. He might pump him up. Nope. Okay, cool. More often than not, I just try to attack every turn if I can, unless there's something like really obviously blocking me. Okay, so I have some options now. I can put out my creature. Do I have a one casting cost? No, so let's again clear our path here. So even if he pumps him up right now to a 2/2, he cannot survive the attack. Just gonna let it go through, which gives me quite a advantage next turn because I think I can kill him next turn if he doesn't have enough blockers. Oh, interesting, interesting. So I was going to cast my creature, but I think we're just going to straight up attack right now and see if we can get through. Okay. And boom. No, it can't quite kill him, but we're going to get pretty close. Oh, we did kill him. Oh. So that was what, turn 4 kill? And that's pretty typical. I've been with the deck like this as fast as turn 3. Faster than that with a deck this style is very hard. But it is pretty fast deck. We can actually, even though this is a standard deck, let's try really quick. And let's switch to constructed. There we go. Find match, standard play, best of 1. Actually, let's just do ranked. And we'll switch over. Oh, we'll do play. To historic. We can do historic or explorer. Either one, they're kind of very similar. But this deck will be able to play in there. Yeah, let's do historic play. Historic. Typically, if you're playing standard, it won't really be super competitive. But with as fast as this deck is, we can probably be quite competitive in historics. So let's see. We gotta wait a little bit until this. There we go. We got an opponent. And yay, we have some fast stuff going. The thing with this is that they have a lot more control ways to kill me off quickly. So they're gonna block here. Oh no. That is good for me. Okay. Let's bring him out. Just so that way we have 2. We might bring him out next turn because it looks like they have some life gain. Yeah. So I want to make sure that I have enough creatures out here to kind of overcome any life gain that they may have. Although I am going to just kill this thing because it's scaring me with its death touch. I don't want to lose my creature right now. Okay, so I could get more cards. I'm going to wait and see what he does. Is he going to block? No. Okay, so I am going to pump this guy up. And then let's get more cards. Okay, I think next turn it's over. We'll give him trample, see what we draw out. Gain 3 life, that's pretty good for them. I think he's gonna, let's see, he might use him as a blocker. Nope. Okay, I think that's the end of him if we draw some goodness here. Okay, let's give him trample. We can cast a land, that means we can cast 2 cards now. And then let's face him out and hopefully we can end it this turn if we draw something excellent, which we did. Boom, game over. Cool. So that was turn 5, turn 6, something like that. But in Historic with a standard deck, it's pretty effective. It's just being really fast as you can, clearing out their side and making sure your creatures get through and not running out of cards, because it is easy to run out of cards with this deck because the mana cost of all your cards are super cheap. And there you have it, fellow deck forgers. We have successfully built an easy-to-pilot Mono-Red Aggro deck that's perfect for beginners in Magic the Gathering Arena. I hope you found this guide helpful, and I'm excited to see how you fare in the battlefield with this powerful and aggressive deck. Remember, practice makes perfect. As you play more games with this deck, you'll become more familiar with its synergies, and your decision-making skills will improve. Keep refining your playstyle. Don't be afraid to experiment with card choices to tailor your deck to your personal preferences. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the Deck Forge and turn on notifications to stay up to date with our latest content as we explore more deck building strategies and tips for Magic the Gathering Arena. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep forging those decks. Catch you in the next video, fellow Deck Forgers.